A broken communications droid presents Shackles of Silence.
Dear viewer, do you find yourself pondering how this humble girl from the depths of Dystergard ended up atop the majesty of this throne? Come with me on a journey through time, descending from this lofty walnut citadel among the clouds down to the very heart of the city, where squalor and grime cling to every corner. Here, in this modest shed that I call home, the genesis of my tale unfolded just hours ago. In these forgotten alleys, away from the opulence that drenches the rosewood neighborhood surrounding the citadel, our existence was a struggle. Deemed an infestation on the city by the ruling elite, we fought for the meager scraps they tossed our way, enduring lives steeped in hardship and devoid of the promise of a brighter tomorrow. In our modest sanctuary, my sister and I sought refuge after our parents' untimely passing. I yearned for her to inherit a brighter future, free from the shadows of poverty enforced by the ruling elite's oppressive decrees. Yet, the path to such a utopia remained obscured, reminiscent of our father's fate, silenced for daring to advocate for change in the factory where he toiled. I yearned to rise and unleash a primal scream, a protest against the myriad injustices thrust upon us. Yet, the shackles of responsibility bound me. I couldn't risk abandoning my little sister to navigate this unforgiving world alone. Days melded into months, and months into years, a relentless endurance for you, my dear little sister. This morning, the winds of change swept through. The distant rumble of a prisoner transport convoy interrupted my mundane morning routine before a long, harsh day of toil. Destined for their final reckoning, the condemned souls journeyed towards the city square, where gallows awaited. The elite Jarls orchestrated these processions as a reminder of the fates awaiting to those who dares challenge their mandates. As my gaze fell upon the convoy, a sudden jolt of despair gripped me. For there, among the bound prisoners, I saw my sister. In that fleeting moment, my world crumbled. Anger, a relentless force, crashed over me like an unyielding wave. Stepping outside, I inhaled deeply, my eyes fixed on the convoy snaking down the street toward the city square. Fueled by a tempest of rage, I, without a moment's hesitation, pursued in its wake. My determination drew kindred spirits like moths to a flame. First, an elf family, then a gathering of dwarves, and soon, diverse groups and small communities rallied around me. In my blinded fury, I barely registered their presence. Only in hindsight did I comprehend that they sought a final farewell to a friend or kin destined for the gallows. As we entered the expansive square, the prisoner transport convoy ground to a halt, initiating the somber preparations for the impending hangings. In that fleeting pause before the grim spectacle commenced, the crowd held its breath. Recognizing this moment, I inhaled deeply. I refuse to continue this silent suffering. Allow me to stand in my sister's stead, or I will perish fighting for her freedom. I will no longer bear these chains of senseless tyranny. To mark my disdain, I flung off one boot, hurling it at the guards. Complete silence enveloped the square as my boot sailed through the air, striking the guard's captain squarely in the face. Then a resounding roar erupted from the crowd, as if echoing the collective resolve of the people. I was pulled along with the crowd as they surged forward, following the trajectory of my discarded footwear. In the ensuing chaos, we, the people from the slums, outnumbered the guards 50-fold. Joined by my peers, we sang as we broke through barriers, breaching even the citadel walls. As the dust settled and the remnants of guards, jarls, chiefs, and the ruling elite vanished, I found myself seated upon this throne. Me, a mere impoverished girl from the slums, now in regal splendor.